an adult spine is so much longer. Now, as you know from a Feldy, technically your feet should be underneath your pelvis. You know what I mean, as far as lying down. It's okay, I'm not asking you to move. I can't get a baby to move, I can't make a big person move, in a sense. No, but they really should be, right?
That's where my pelvis is?
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. This doesn't feel terrible.
But now you're concentrating though on the act versus the, you know. But when someone's like this and the baby's like this, it is going to be harder to stimulate the pelvis because just to the trajectory of the legs. So that's why if a baby rolls over and their legs are like that in the side position, then they get stuck,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't teach us that in Feldy.
Oh, really?
They teach that in a knots, but we didn't learn that. That
Well,
seems
in
far
that
back to me.
position, but look at what you can rotate. Look at what I can do with you. See? And then your knees are available to come up.
Yeah.
So bend the legs up. Right. No, but bring this forward like you were. See, I can't see the difference on what I'm
have to
gonna,
let
see
your-
how it's a lift.
Knee go up.
Right.
Well, it seems about the same, doesn't it? No?
See how that, you're lifting and this you're rotating through the pelvis. Here you're bringing your knee up. See the difference?
Yeah, I guess I do.
Yeah.
I
This
can
has
see
more
it
of a
right
motion.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Right
It says
here.
more of a
Right.
motion. Okay.
But most babies born with C-section are not gonna have this motion.
Okay.
Especially if they've been pulled out, straight up. Because again, even just pulling a baby straight up, if all I did was, I'm showing you, is just rotate it. Do you know what I mean? What
Yeah,
a difference.
Counter pressure, yeah.
So when I'm here, and I can put the little ball of water here or whatever, but do you see how just the significance now of just that touch and how it goes through your body? But even if I want you to move, watch and see how I'm moving the bowl around the water. Now see here, a little bit of a lift. You feel that? So that's where I want to be in there, again with that little strawberry hold and rotating up. You see the difference now? Now there's no lift in your system. You feel the difference?
Yep.
Ah, right there, there's a little bit of a lift. See, right there? That's the part that's the heaviest. You see how I found it? Does that make sense? So feel it here. Feel it here. Right? Seems all good. But I go here. Feel the difference? It's slower, but it's heavier. And that's where I go, I'll just give it attention, but the attention's just a touch with rotation. It's nothing exciting. It's nothing. And now I go back to here again. Now look at that already, the difference. Now here. Now when I do this, I'm never touching the spine itself. The back's pretty easy because there'll never be fatty tissue or anything on the spine. You'll see people out to here sometimes, but the spine does not get tissue on top of it, especially in the lower back. So I'm never touching the spine, I'm always off to the side. Even if I'm across the spine, if I specifically want a vertebrae to twist, and maybe the tomorrow that's coming for twice, I'm very glad. The one that got the helmet, I know has got torticollis, and is already, you know, again, misshaped head, is really going to be an interesting little bugger. See how I'm letting you softly go to that floor. So now I can come here, go through your belly. Now see, you're confused. You think I'm going to lift you. So your knee's going up, right? See, no. Just think your spine starting to, there you go. Look at your spine trying to come to the floor from this position. Now notice, even though I'm on top of her, I'm not on top of her. You know, I'm not doing this. But right here, her spine does not want to bend to come to the floor. Now, I'm sure if I went like this, now she's an adult, now push my hand away. Do you see how difficult that is for you? Do you feel that? So now, if something like that you wanted to practice on your own, can I trouble you, Holly? Can you get, on the shelves in there, can you get the green ball? They have speckles on them, so just let that alone for a second. I'm just giving you a little lesson to
I
do
feel
at
it
home.
here.
But I'm giving you a lesson to do at home. I want you to feel it. Sorry, I'm just,
It's okay.
so just, no, stop doing it. Thank you. Yeah. Now, I'm sorry that these are little peanut shapes, but they're just the shape of that. But just feel if you were by yourself. So now lean back on this ball, and now just feel pushing that ball away. This would be something for you that you could work on at home. Now, if you wanted to go all the way, I've got 2 balls now, so come up for a second. Right? Now, come up a little bit more. There we go. Go back down. So now feel what it's like to now feel a ripple. So push down in here and go down.
So that's your,
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? So now from all of that, leave that alone, but that's something you can
okay, yeah.
pursue. But now already the difference of how I can get in here. But again, when I was doing it to her, so bend the back, and now let that go, and now don't react. That's it. But you see how her back is starting to present more like a big slinky. Now, what I'm doing with you guys right now, this is much more of a baby movement. You know what I mean? This is this transferring weight. There's no lifting, there's no... And now, finally, her knees are starting to sparkle. But notice when this is happening, you don't want where the baby goes. So now do this move knee first. See the difference how it's not synchronized?
Mm-hmm.
See how the knee kicked? No. Do it first, the knee.
Yeah.
See?
It's like, yeah.
Does that make more sense, Tracy?
It's like if you started it here, maybe you could go up. Not really, that doesn't really work.
You, as an adult, this is something you could work on and perfect. This was what I was talking about with the karate. A baby, that movement would make no sense to its system, but that's where you see the CP, where the leg will go up. I'm doing it from knee-based from you, but the knee will go up, tighten a little bit because it's a lift, and then what the back tries to do to react to make it look like it's going to come back down. A typical baby will do it from here. They'll transfer their weight,
Yeah,
right?
right.
A baby that's having problems will go knee first. Yeah, see the difference?
Oh, yeah, that's what
But see, now you have to probably lift your arms up even to counter that because there's too much momentum in there.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. So just like a baby, do you see how I come in? I'm not back here either like this. My touch doesn't even feel good. Versus here. Now, I could ask her to come back to see me more, but at the same time,
Why?
now if I was going to be here for 2 hours, I might say, okay, sweetheart, if you want to move back a little bit, but... Now, I'm thinking this woman didn't crawl much.
What are you feeling then?
Not too much. Because again, see how they're rolling over? Again, this kind of vocabulary should still be in her system.
The rolling over.
See how she's not coming to me,
Okay.
right? So
I
that's
just want to make sure I understand.
no.
Go
If
ahead.
I touch someone, especially a baby, they
they're gonna
should
move right
they
away.
should just be responding to whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
Now again, if the baby's getting fussy or trying to eat or tired, okay, it's the same thing. That's not when you ask your husband for favors. You know what I mean? Like, so you gotta. At the end of the week, on a hard day, the last thing that someone says, well, it's the same thing. You don't do it to a baby. Like, come on, you were on all fours 3 minutes ago. Why? I'm like, let that baby trying to get it to eat. He was just ready to pass out in its poor mom's arm. And she's wondering, and everyone's wondering, oh, look, they finally got it, yay! And they'll all cheer. And I'm going, I see that precursor going, this kid's always going to struggle. If it has to struggle for its basic necessity of eating,
What
everything's
lesson are
going to
you
be
teaching?
laborious.
What lesson are you teaching?
Now, I don't think that child would have been necessarily special needs, but he'd be higher anxiety, harder to calm, you know what I mean, a shorter attention span, or it's just going to be a give up kind of kid because it's like, I tried eating, and now you want me to climb Mount Everest? Like, oh, heck no. So, and you're always going to have that also the mom going, come on, you can do it, come on. So that dichotomy starts setting up and the child's like 3 weeks old. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not a psych expert, but still, to me, it's just movement. And what's worse, that video shows parents, well, if that kid can eat, then my kid will be able to eat.
Yeah.
And then the... So I'm kind of giving AJ a lesson here. But see what I was talking about, where the child's going to have trouble with the chest cavity crossing midline. Now, before I really get started, does anybody want to feel her first? Do you want to feel, okay. Do you mind, AJ?
No.
Okay, I'm going to bring the chair up though, so you're taller than me. Because this is where my brain goes, now I got to do less, which is fine. I'm sure she won't complain. So do you see how she's not coming to you? Does that make sense?
Is that a normal
Yeah, I can feel that.
reaction when you first kind of touch everything? Or is it, it should?
It's well, first of all, everyone's different. And yes, if a guy's, like, especially when a wife's bringing her husband and stuff, and they're like, I don't know what you're going to do for me. Or what's worse, they hear alternative and they're kind of, I see this. Some guys I'll actually say, yeah, there's no angels, there's no rocks or crystals, because they're expecting alternative to, like I should be in this big baddie outfit or something, fit the stereotype. Okay, everybody's going to touch you, I hope you don't mind. Does that make sense, though?
It does, yeah. There's like a stop.
She just doesn't want to come, which is fine. But I mean, like, now again, she might have crawled. Maybe she felt really bad when she was 2, and she's just learned. Hey, I did that once. It wasn't such a good idea. I'm not going to do it again.
Yeah.
Because lots of times, even parents will find a kid crying in another room and go, "What happened, baby? Did you have a bad dream?" And meanwhile, they fell off the bed. I mean, my sister let my son fall off the bed. I hear this thump scream. I go running, and I'm like, "But you were watching the baby." She's like, "Doesn't he know how to stop?" I'm like, "It's a baby." She just watched him go off the bed. I'll come up here a little bit higher. So when I'm higher, now I can work again. Going for function. So now I've tried, and everybody's tried to bring her back 15 times. She's not going to go back.
She would have by now, huh?
No, but I mean, with that, so now I'll just play, so I'll ask her to go forward.
Okay. And you go the way that.
Now, this would be crawling up a set of stairs. She likes this movement, so she was able to, get out of jail that way. But See how she's naturally responding to that, so she knows that movement,
Is it also pulling, like if they're gonna pull up here?
right?
So babies that won't crawl,
However,
they'll just
again, not crawling, because I can't do, see, her pelvis can't get out of the way to let that leg go up into crawling. You see the difference? But she probably, see the scoots there. They're still holding hands. They just went the other way. That's what my mom, who's from New York, would say. That must be their third or second marriage, because
Nobody holds hands when they're
if you're
about
still married to the first one, you're not holding hands at that stage of the game. There she goes. Do you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Now from that, well, she's starting to think about it. So see, now that could have been a trauma somehow. Because it actually took a certain touch for her brain to go, all right, nobody's hurting me, I guess I can let it go. There we go. So see, now I can quickly put in that rotation.
Whoa.
But honestly, when you get that sensitive, guys, you'll be able to feel, not necessarily know that someone has cancer and stuff, you'll feel. Cancer doesn't play well. It's a mass. It doesn't respond to opposed gravity. It succumbs to gravity. That's why people can have very little cancer in them, and they'll succumb to it versus of where it is and how they react to it. But I'm just trying to get what I'm doing now. My palm's here, my fingers here, but I'm trying to twist these vertebrae.
So you're going
That's much better.
going opposite, right?
I'm going in, but I'm rotating it in sort of like, this is where I bought a box of bones and I want to put them together in elastic. Just picture my vertebrae sort of like the plate. See how my vertebrae can go all around and all that different. I'm not up, down, left, right. You know what I mean? So when you look at the profiles on the spine, those muscles, everything here, see, it's like little seesaws. And the muscles go all around. Holly. So see the muscles. When you have a torticollis now, is what you're doing to the muscle base. So now I'm not only am I stretching out one or shortening, and that's what PTs look at, but I'm not counterbalancing. I don't have that seesaw through the profiles. That's it. See how slow I have to go for her pelvis to come before her chest cavity. She's not used to this position. I hang out, let her breathe, and then bring it back. But this is walking. You have to walk forward in order to walk backwards. See, there, that's the glitch. Do you feel that? Do you see how you're just like, okay, lady, you went too far. Sophie did the same thing. Sophie almost is more obvious. There it is. See the staccato? You feel it?
Yep.
Now, something like that, I might ask too, did you have a cast on your foot at one point or something like that? Did you break your foot? Because sometimes a boot will pull on the hip that way. Again, I'm showing you how to like fine tune it because everyone comes to you, especially the adults or the babies. My baby had this. But meanwhile, if you had pulmonary hypertension, oxygen deprivation at birth, 15 days in the NICU. Let me tell you, a lot of stuff happened at 15 days, but they're stuck on those three things. I have to look at like head movements. Well, maybe the head they do a little IVs in the head, which are horrible because they really affect the spinal rotation. But if they need a good vein, what do they don't care. So I have to do head work that would be different than if they had the IVs in the hands or CP. You really can see it because not only do they have the pulse ox wrapped too tight, they do a lot of the ankle IVs. So CP feet tend to be very narrowed. And again, the more narrow the foot when it comes, I have to assume a longer NICU time, because it's sort of like Chinese foot binding. You know, they wrap the pulse oxen around. Now, they've learned since then that they go from hand to hand or foot to foot on a daily basis, but they can't pop an IV every time. For some kid, you know, they'd blow the veins out. Hope you guys don't mind that I'm giving her a little bit of a lesson. But now can you see her be more like a baby now? See how the movement is going throughout your system. You see that? Can you feel that, AJ?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And that should be in any part of the body. So if I just touch someone, that's all I need. Because I know how fast that touch response is. So now with that, get up and walk around, feel that. And then what I want you to do is come back and lie down and feel getting up to the right and then to the left and see what the difference
Yeah.
is. Yeah, she's already, see how her gait's different on one?
Yeah, I have more sensation on my shoulders back here, like on my back. I can feel just, I don't know, more balance on my shoulders.
Right. So now lay down, we'll get out of your way, and just feel from, no, on your back. And now just like the babies have been doing, now feel getting up to the right, what it feels like. And then get back down. And now feel like what it's like to get up to the left. There, see the difference? And that's what I was trying to teach you with Sophie.
Yeah.
Just from that little bit. Do you feel the lift?
Yeah. That's
Now you can do that, baby, no. That's way too much.
Work.
And momentum when it comes up. That's the work, plus that.
Timing about, yeah.
Well, just look at me as that water bottle. So if I'm coming up with a lift, and this is where, with Joy, how much she's learned. See if I'm here, see the difference?
Yep.
Versus the smoothness. But if I come up here, even if I'm here, 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 and then now you know what I mean? That's just, and that's where you get that head thing. So you'll see babies too, they'll roll over and then people go, my baby's rolling over. The head's like this, the head's like this, and then they're like, a baby should be playing, and it just should be just total synchronized. Not, you know, or they'll, to counter it. Or they'll, then now they fold down this way. Another way of looking at it, sort of like, almost like they drop, kind of thing.
Wow, that was just incredible. I can't really articulate it, but it's like, it really, you can really tell the difference.
And how you move
I-
everything.
Yeah, just, yeah.
First of all, and your body will pick what's easier, so it won't go, oh, I like the old way better. So it's instant that way, but you can't articulate it because you have not experienced that sensation before, so there's no reference.
Yeah.
So it's not about, oh, I touched here, 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 and therefore you could do that.
Yeah.
I just looked for, again, functional movement, but, or wanted you to move like that liquid.